And that should do it. So I'm going to try recording. Let's see how that does on the CPU. Oh, that jumped up just a bit. But that's all right. You're not napping for once? Alrighty. Fun, fun, fun. I'm going to do a nice little recording so we can put this on YouTube afterwards. So the first thing we got to do is we've got to go through what we did 2 days ago. I want to show you the end result here, which I thought was pretty fun. And that was our evil clowns. This is what we were working on 2 days ago. And this is one of the articles in on WantedHero.com in Clockwork City. And it was a summer camp prompt for World Anvil 2020. And I loved it. And the prompt was something like, you know, what is something that's always been or has recently been made illegal, a profession. And I don't like clowns. So, as you can tell. So I made clowns what they outlaw. What they did outlaw in Clockwork City. Because clowns promoted, well, serial killers. So, oh hey, I wanted to say that I'd accept the offer, though I'd have to have a look around, see where I'm gonna pull the money from. Oh, okay. No worries. No worries, you know where I'll be. So anyway, I want to give you guys a glance here at what the final result was from 2 days ago, drawing the clowns. So that will be a header. I'm not sure if I've got the... No, I did that. I did that in my other art program on my desktop. So that was our clowns. Today we're going to work on something that I've been writing about for quite some time. I wonder if I can get out one of my world building journals. Got a lot of these lying around. Oh, a lot. Like, a lot. So let's check in some of these. But we're going to talk about the Book of Dark Bindings. That's what I wanted to work on today. And that is for another article. All these are going to be for articles and aspects in Wanted Hero. WantedHero.com, that world. That fantasy fun world with Wendell. Yeah, horror clowns. I think he's my favorite though, Davina. So happy. So very happy. And then him, of course. Book of Dark Bindings. Now, give you a little background before we draw, because I want to create something extra special. Maybe I can get some of your guys' suggestions. But the Book of The Book of Dark Bindings is very special, in particular in my world and in my my fantasy book series, because it happens to be the core power behind my head bad guy, Master Mahan. And it is not in book 2. Let's try book 1. And what it is a collection of knowledge from the unembodied. Let's see. I have the Game Master's World Building Journal, which is perfect for offline work. Game Master's World Building Journal. Is that my book, or is that your... It's not the Advanced World Building Journal. Or is that what you called it? So I'll show you what I use offline. which I recommend to everybody. Yes, the unembodied. There's a difference between unembodied and disembodied. I called them the unembodied because that is what the population calls them. So, from the Green Goblin games. All right, so let me show you what I use. Hold on a sec. Back. Oh, in the back world. So what I use is the Advanced World Building Journal. This sucker is huge. And as you can see on the front, it has the nice little banner that you can write your own book, name in. On the side, you can write your own title to your book. I'm trying to see how that works with the... But this thing is absolutely huge. It's 400 pages. And within it, you have templates. You have, you have custom templates. But you also have... the pages are all uniquely done. I don't know if we're really going to be able to see this or not. But down here, you've got a way for you to keep track of the subject. You can keep track of the page numbers. And in the back, it has a custom index. In the front, it has a custom table of contents. So once you fill this sucker out, you can go through and completely index and create a table of contents for all your creations. And then when you're done, you label the back and you go and you stick it on your bookshelf, and you have an instant reference for your worlds. So I did this to go along with my Advanced World Building Guide. So that's what I use. I got about 40 of them on my shelf already. So, well, I'll tell you what, I will set that aside. Let me grab that for you. I will give you a link, because it is over on WantedHero.com. I have moved everything to WantedHero.com. I've moved everything over to World Anvil, to their platform, and I absolutely love it. Go to Publish Books. I also have it under AdvancedWorldBuilding.com, so I have that name. It'll bring you to this page. But here is the link to go to that page, and if you look down, the main center piece is talking about the World Building Guide. That's a digital book. But on the right sidebar, you'll see that I have the main World Building Journal, and all these are 400 pages. They're 8.5 by 11. They're massive books, and they're paperback. But 400 pages. We have one World Building Characters, and it has 90 these things have 90 templates each, so you fill them out, and it has also, so you can cross-reference and index all the characters and all that. So you have one on characters, you have one on animals, and you want to have one on events. So, well, there you go. And here's the thing, I've got quite a few people from the World Anvil community, and 2 of them, three of them left their reviews. One I thought was from Asher Rose, and it looks like he's a journeyman. I read this to you. I don't know exactly what I was expecting when I tracked down the book by the guy in the World Anvil videos like 16 hours ago, but I'm astounded by Advanced World Building. I think I might owe Jamie a life debt. As early as the dedication the book draws you in, it makes you feel at home and safe to explore, to draw from what the book says. The very branding of Jamie's Wanted Hero, it lets you know that you are more than you think you are. Coming into this, I was getting an inexpensive ebook to try to spark ideas of a new world and abandon the characters I started getting to know back in 2004, because I was at the end of my rope trying to tell a story they could shine in. By the end of the first few pages, I printed myself a copy to hold in my hands. Shipping is impossible right now, but the Smashwords version made it painless enough. And now, despite my notoriously poor reading speed and ability to focus, I just finished the event. I know what happens last in the first book and how it's setting up the next. After 16 years, I have an ending, I have a trail I can actually follow. I didn't think it was possible to write a guidebook so engaging, as it's hard to put down as a great story, but here it is. Wow, I will continue. I will, of course, be adding a review similar to this in the buying places, so I appreciate that. Thank you, Asher. But that's, yeah, so I have that. That's what I use. I made it as a gift for myself and for my kids, and it's very useful. Okay. Oh, they have them on their German platform. I hope so. I do sell a lot in Germany. So, yep, you can get them in Germany. I believe you can get them in Germany. You can get them in Australia. You can get them in the UK. I think they're available in Japan. I think. I can find out if you want. I can tell you where they're available. For anyone that's watching this stream and anyone who's going to be seeing this on YouTube, let me look this up. I'll look it up right now. Hold on. Let's go here. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Okay. Oh, I'm so happy to be here today. I am so incredibly happy. All right, let's see. Where do they have that available? They have it available in, because not everything is always available. All right. They have it in the UK. Yep, they have it in Germany. Of course, you just told me so. They have it in France. Let's see. France, Canada, India, Australia. Yep, they have it in Japan. And that's about it. So, what is ES? I don't even know. I don't know what ES is. What is that? ES. So, I don't know what ES is. Amazon ES. I don't know what Amazon IT or Amazon NL is. Those are available as well. So, if you know what those are. Spain? Okay, cool. Wait, which is Spain? ES is Spain? Why wouldn't it be SP? Oh, España. Ah, España. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. So, have it in Spain. So, IT, would that be Italy? Italia? And what would be NL? Netherlands? Maybe? Yep, yeah. So, what would be NL? That'd be Netherlands? Anyway, it's available in some good places. So, I'm happy. Netherlands, awesome. Because UK, Canada, Germany, and Netherlands are where I sell most of my books. So, ta-da! They have Mexico. I've sold in like 5 years. I think I've sold like 2 books, I think, in Mexico. Amsterdam and the Netherlands. All right. And that would be Wolfie too, right? Okay. So now that we know, and knowing's half the battle, G.I. Joe. Okay. I will turn that off and let's get back to this. Okay. Wolfie is Danish. Okay. Alrighty. I'm gonna go back here. So we are talking about. Let's see. We're gonna do a. No. I don't want the bird. I'm giving everyone the bird. No, that's not what I'm doing. Standard paper landscape. That's what we're gonna use. This is what we're gonna do because I want to do this high quality drawing and then I'm going to transfer it over to my my desktop program. And I am using, by the way, I would like to say that I hate Adobe, and I think they should suck a toilet exhaust. I'm pretty pissed off at Adobe when they went to subscription. I've been using Adobe as long as I can remember, and every few years I'd spend the $1,200 to $1,600 and buy their suite, and being told that I've got to pay hundreds of dollars a year to use their software, as good as it is, I have to use a combination of programs. That means I have to get the whole package. So paying $450 every single year when I'm willing to just shell out $1,600, buy what I need, and then be left alone. I am not your friend, Adobe. Yeah, I switched away from Adobe too, Davina. Frankly, they can punt. And I really wish I could use other words. But I do want to be a PG father. So, it was Tiller's, I believe. I don't know if he's going to show up today, but Tiller's. Okay, so you paid $90 for the whole Affinity Suite. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're going to talk about the Affinity Suite. And those of you who don't know what that is, you need to look up Affinity. I'm going to put, for those on YouTube, when I upload this to YouTube, I will put the Affinity link, because they're amazing. I haven't missed any Adobe software. In fact, it's easier for me to use now. I get better results. Booyah! And I own the dang thing. I paid $75. They have 3 programs, but here's the thing. They have a version that covers Adobe Illustrator, which I never used, and now I am, because Affinity is so freaking good. They have something to take the place of Photoshop, which was 99% of what I used and use every day. And then they have the other one that is like InDesign. Now, I haven't used that one yet, but I'm going to. And because if it's even half as good as the, what is it called? It's Designer. So Affinity Photo, that's what I use all the time. Then Affinity Publisher, that's the InDesign replacement. And then we have Affinity Designer. Affinity Designer is the replacement for Illustrator. And oh my goodness! And creating flats, and what's the SVG? Someone remind me, what's the SVG? I've never dealt in that, where you can take the file size is small and blow it up big. Because I made a big 6-foot by 8-foot banner using the Affinity software by taking my artwork and switching it over to Vector. Sorry, I just don't deal with vector graphics. Those of you who do vector graphics, you're insanely cool. Insanely cool. So I took my little tiny, that's a little banner, and put it in there in the designer, changed it over to vector, blew it up big, and now I have a banner that is 6 feet high by 8 feet long of my homepage on WantedHero.com, and it is awesome. I love it. I bought it for like $260. I have no idea where I'm gonna hang it. I didn't care. I always wanted one, and I don't know what to do with it now. I don't care. That was money well spent. It's in a box. I don't know when I'll get it out, but I will eventually. And it looks cool. And I always wanted to do it, and I did it, and I didn't do it with Adobe. So, I hope someone out there is absolutely ingenious, just like Procreate. If I met one of the creators or owners of Procreate, male or female, I would kiss you on the cheek. It is my absolute favorite program, drawing program of all time. I have bought other ones since I bought the iPad, but I will have you know that in the last 2.5 years, I think it's been longer than that, but I don't know how long, since I bought the iPad and since I bought Procreate, I have not killed a single tree. The world's a better place for it. So whoever created Procreate, God bless you. I think you are one of the most amazing or amazing group of people on the planet. Yeah, the vectors. I know, easily convert them. You can take with Affinity. I'm telling you, right now they did a promotional thing when the whole COVID blah blah whatever thing came out. I'm not trying to make light of it, but I'm making light of it. And don't get mad at me, and don't put anything in comments about, well, you don't understand. I am a high-risk individual, so, and I do have family with this stuff. I just have a different view on this. I don't like that things are politicized. That's just horse crap. Here's the thing. What was amazing is Affinity has... These guys are going to take over the world, just like Procreate. It's the best drawing program out there. There are really, really good drawing programs. And like I said, I have other ones. I'll show you. I have other ones right here. I'll show you my... So I've got... What is this one? I don't even know what this one is. Infinity, rate this app. No, I can't. No thanks. I'm not going to rate it. Because I wanted to do a comic book, and it allowed me to do the frames. I haven't figured out how to do that with Procreate yet. But I'm hoping, if anyone by chance watches this video and you work with Procreate, make an add-on or something, the ability to be able to do frames for comic books and comic strips. You already won me over, but like, I'll promote you till I die. But this is what I got. What is this called again? Affinity Draw. I've used it once. This was like 6 months ago, and it just, I don't like it as much as Procreate. It's just not as good. Hello, Agitated Pineapple. I love your name. I love your name. Oh my goodness, I love your name. Agitated Pineapple. That is not a fruit I'd want to piss off. Would you want to piss off a pineapple, Lolo? Sorry, talking to my daughter. How did you come up with that name? I've got to know. How did you come up with that name? Other printers upstairs. Yep, go upstairs. It's upstairs. All right. I rename used to be Mr. Contrast. Dude, how are you? How's school going? Dude, it's been forever. Like what? At least 1.5 years that I've talked to you. How are you, man? School, artwork. Ha. All right. You keep typing in here and don't go anywhere, and yeah, I want to keep you here. All right. Back to the idea here. We need to make sure we got the right tools. We're going to use an HB pencil. And here's the thing. This book of dark binding, we're back to the unembodied. Because not disembodied, because my understanding, just so we're clear, gifted, is that a disembodied is you had something and lost it. Unembodied, the reason why they're called unembodied is because they never got it. According to legend and lore and religious leaders in my world, is there was a huge conflict in this pre-world or pre-existence, and there was a battle for control over this world that was being created. And all these beings that were in child form. They were, who knows, millions, billions of years old. But they wanted to be like these parents, what we would call parents, that had organized them and cared for them and were teaching them how to grow and become greater and greater. And they wanted to be like these individuals that could move elements about, that could organize worlds and things of that nature. And so when they asked, how can we become like you, as this large group of beings asked, they said, well, you have to receive a body. Well, there was a group that realized, hey, wait a minute. When we come down and you give us mortality, do we just go down and get a body, live our life, and come back? And they say, well, you have to live by certain rules to be able to obtain how can we describe it? To obtain the same state that you see us in. It requires you to live a certain way and to abide by certain rules so as not to pollute yourself and to refine this combination and unity between spirit and flesh. And they said, so we just all do that and come back? And they said, no, some of you won't come back. A lot of you won't come back. Because what happens is when you take on flesh, it makes who you are right now I'm using my words, but hypersensitive, hyper aware. Everything becomes so amazing and so intense. You have to learn to take that flesh and subdue it and make it obey who you really are. And most of you won't do that. Instead, you'll allow the flesh to take over and subject who you really are to your new state. And so, as the legends and the myths go, they say that there was one of the gods there that opposed this and said, I don't want to do it that way. I think there's a better way of doing it. And this council of gods said, we have an established way, and it has been since before time began. And this is the way we're going to do it. It provides the best chance of success for the most of the children. And he said, no, there's a better way. So he waged war. And as the saying goes, is the council of gods came to this individual and they said, you need to see reason. And he said no. And the legend says that the gods withdrew and gave him a period of time, lack of a better word, to think things through. And they approached him a second time. And they said, you need to unite with us so we can do this together. And he said, I will not. And they retreated again and gave him space. They came back a third time right before they were about to send individuals down to begin this world. And they said, we want you to do this with us, to be united with us. And he said, I refuse. And legend says, so they took his body. Now, he would be a disembodied. But he waged a war against everyone that was for the plan. So there's this huge division. Well, a battle was waged and they lost. And so these became, he might be a disembodied, but his followers were the unembodied. They never had bodies. So they were cast to this world. And the Book of Dark Bindings are, as the religious leaders of my world describe, they say, when you're born with flesh here in mortality, you have your spirit has all its memories, but there is a wrapping placed or a veil placed over their minds. So you can't remember, because this is a test. And they make it all, the gods make it a completely equal playing field. Okay? So no matter who you are, what you did, your talents, abilities, everything, when you're born here, it's like slate's wiped clean. And the unembodied that are here that we can't see because our eyes aren't refined, we're looking through the crude flesh eyes. These unembodied, they don't have any veil. They remember everything. They know who all of us are. If we had relationships with them. And so what they've done is they want flesh. They see what the mortals are doing. They see the experiences. They can feel from the intelligences that are speaking from everything that's physical, and they want to experience that more than anything else. So they created the Book of Dark Bindings, all their knowledge, ability with how to manipulate elements, how to coerce, all their knowledge combined together, including their leader, into one tomb. And that is given to one individual. And the whole of the unembodied are willing to serve one individual, the right individual, who is willing to covenant with them that he will get them flesh. And that is that is the core power artifact that is used by my head bad guy in all my books. He is Master Mahan. And so that's what this tomb is. So it's filled with secrets. It's filled with power. But it's power that comes with compulsory means. That's what that is. So that's the background of that. And so we're going to draw that as a banner. And so I want to design it really well. So I want to design it specific. Checking in with chat. So school's going good. Although I didn't do as much as I want to do during the COVID measures. Yeah. That's exactly right, Gifted. It's totally okay. But not a whole lot we can do. It's funny because with all the COVID stuff, my life hardly changed at all. Tomb is in volume. So a collection, right? Right? That's Tomb. Let's see. I'm going to look up a reference. We're going to look up old... Let's see, old. Maybe we should put ancient. Ancient books. Images. Ooh. Some of those look pretty good. Some of these look really, really good. But we want one volume. And I want something that looks very... It's got to be different. And I've drawn a lot of books, but I want this to be just different. And I'm not quite sure how. All right. Well, first idea is this. I would like to have... We're going to... Unlike a lot of the header or banners, article banners in WantedHero.com, most of them don't have the title in the header. Usually a title underneath. But I'd like to put the title in there. Now, I'm not going to draw that part. I'm going to layer that and use that in the affinity photo. So I will do that afterwards. But I want to have a flow with showing a... Let's see, I guess we're going to have to put it on the left side. A flow of magic coming from it, or power coming from it. Which means, since, for me, I open up books from right to left, I'm going to need to put it on this side because I don't want to show the inside of the... I don't want to show the inside of the book. So, it means we're going to have something like this. But I want more of a three-dimensional look to it. So we're probably going to draw this and then shrink it down a bit. Now, I want it to be just massive. So here's what we're going to do. Have the basic shape of the book. Let me see here also. We're going to have some kind of a design on the cover. And I've done other things before, but it's not... I haven't done anything that I truly liked. I wonder if I can pop one in. Let me see if I can add a picture here. Let me add an image. And let's see, we're going to do Book of Dark Bindings. I don't know if you guys see this stuff in the... Since I'm using Streamlabs OBS for the first time, I don't know what you can see and what you can't see. Well, I'm glad. I can't hear anything. I have completely futzed up my audio, and so I can't hear anything. If I turn on the audio so that I can hear it, there's this loop, and you're going to hear like 3 versions of me, and most of you can't handle one. So, let me see here. We're going to do Book of Dark Bindings, site art. So we've got a book in there. Book of Dark Bindings, close. Nope, that's not it. Alright, so we're going to go down to site art. I do Wanted Hero Gallery. I will find it in a gallery. I go through my settings next week. I would appreciate that. That would be great, Davina. I would be so grateful. Okay, found a field guide. That's not it. I know I have a version. There's a journal version. That's not right. No. Come on, I know I've got one somewhere. Not in there, apparently. Slider art. Let's see. Yeah, please make sure you follow me, and please make sure that you follow me on YouTube. Click that subscribe and the notification button, because my first goal, as soon as I get 100 subscribers, 100 subs, I'm gonna lock in that. I'm gonna lock in the Wanted Hero unique domain name. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. Let's try book. I guess this doesn't really matter. Oh, there it is right there. Book of Dark Bindings. All right. So I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna do this. Oh, I have two versions there. Well, that's kind of funny. Huh. Wow, I have 4. Oh, that's 3 versions. Conceptual drawings. All right. Now we're going to open that. There we go. That's kind of what we've got here. That was my first idea for a book for the Dark Minings. I don't think that's a bad idea, but it just doesn't really fit, and it doesn't seem, I don't know, just doesn't really make me go ooh. I don't know how else to put it. So my goal here is to I want to make it better, much better. So we get a book, and maybe what we need to do, let's do this. Let's see. Need to have a nice big tune there. See the drawing, it's little, hold on, some smooth micro remixes. We can see the drawing, it's a little hard since it's light blue. That's true, it is. I'm sorry, this is to help with this, help with my drawing. So I'm going to do a nice, not so rounded, but more squared. Usually because it makes it feel more intense, actually. Let me get this out of my face a bit. Also needs to be, I think it needs to have locks on it, like the other one had. And I want to have old paper in it as well, because this is thousands and thousands of years old. And I imagine this, each page having either runes upon them or done in gold, because gold doesn't age. It's not my understanding anyway. Now we need to have bindings on it. Let's see. Make some straps. Gold tarnishes, but never degrades, yeah. So I figured definitely have that. One of the aspects of the book is that for you to open it, you have to commit to it, which means it bites you bad, and you have to share your blood with it. I know, all these dark things, my very first YouTube, Twitch video being put up, and I'm talking all this dark stuff for kids. All right. Go like this. I want to have something. Let's see. Definitely want to have protected corners. So we'll do protected corners here. Need to get it propped up. Where's my... There you are. Get this propped up. They're old enough for Harry Potter 3, they're old enough for other biting books. There you go. That's true. Good point, Davina. All right. I just really want to do a, let's see, I want to do other pieces along the way. Like this, like this. Move this over a bit. Let's make this a bit bigger. Really want to work on this. Let's get rid of the line. We'll figure this out in a minute. Get rid of some of that, so it doesn't mess with my eyes. Okay, so now we've got that book. Let's see, I want to look at the old one again. Let's see. Okay, we had a symbol in the middle. The symbols throughout, but I want to make it look, I don't know, that just looks too, I don't even know the word, too geometric. Just doesn't seem, I don't know, to me it looks like a churchgoer gone bad, and that's not what I want. Let's see, I do have reference here. Let's see, we take some older pages. We'll make some of those along there. I do think there should be some gems. We'll put that in there. So let's see. Yeah, Gothic-ish, maybe. Maybe. I want an old, just a bite to it. That's really what I want, is a bite. So, here's a key reference as an artist. Something that one of my best friends, where is it? I know I have a tab for it, don't I? Maybe I don't. Is using Pinterest. I love Pinterest. I don't use it, I guess I don't use it the way everyone else does. I don't do ads, I mean, I've got 1,000 followers, and my board gets like 33,500 views a month, something like that. My pins, when I pin stuff from Wanted Hero, it says, let's see, my stats on my Wanted Hero pins is about 40.8 thousand impressions. 432 saves. That's probably not much in the social media world, so whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm here to use it as a resource, because there are so many amazing artists out there that I admire. So I'm going to go to boards. Actually, you know what? We're not. Let's look something up. Let's look, I'm going to look up ancient books. Ancient books magic. That might be a fun one to look up. Ho. That's nice. No, oh, these are all mostly inside. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. But that's the Coronation Bible of King George III, actual one. Ooh, scrolls. That could be a fun one later on. I don't think... Oh. Scientists discover forbidden ancient text that teaches what? Well, see, this is kind of what I'm talking about. So there's a pin here that I just found on Pinterest, and it says, okay, wait. I'm gonna share the pin. I don't know if you guys do Pinterest, but you're gonna if you're hanging out with me. Okay, so there's the link, and it says, scientists discover forbidden ancient text that teaches superhuman abilities. Cool. So cool. So cool. Loving that. Okay. All right. I like the picture. I'm going to go to the site. Gnostica. Huh. The magnetic experiment. This is fun, finding stuff like this. Researchers have discovered one really mysterious book dating back to the third, and I don't know if this is all crap, it's the internet, and I don't care. This is about ideas for fantasy books, so this is all, yeah. Only art I can do is like this. Researchers have discovered one really mysterious book dating back to the 13th century, while some parts were written as early as the 12th century. Okay, this famous book is called The Lesser Key of Solomon, and there is an ancient text inside called the Ars Notoria, or Notary Art of Solomon. While there were numerous ancient texts, okay, I'm putting this link in here because I think this is kind of cool. Just for ideas, your writing, your drawing, this is fun stuff. While there were numerous ancient texts that promise otherworldly powers in the past, this one was different since it specifically focused on prayers, meditations, and other oral exercises, unlike other books, which they focused exclusively on spells, potions, and rituals. The oldest writing is the so-called Lesser Key of Solomon. Offer those who read and understand it a silver tongue, perfect memory, and unimaginable wisdom. Well, okay, so I have an argument on this. If anyone is religious in any way, says is the so-called Lesser Key of Solomon, says that if you read it and you understand it, that you'll have a silver tongue, perfect memory, and unimaginable wisdom. Isn't that kind of what you get, religious people, when you read your scriptures? So, okay, so I'm thinking, okay, whatever. The original texts were created in 3 different styles, including Hebrew, Greek, and Latin. Huh. It is said that King Solomon himself used the original writings of the Ars Notoria to become a wise, compassionate, and talented to become a wise, compassionate, and talented ruler on earth. Okay. When I read the Bible, it said that he prayed for wisdom and God gave it to him because God was so impressed. Because God said, I'll give you anything you want. What do you want? I want wisdom. Good answer, so I'll give you everything. I don't know. Depends on what you believe, isn't it? That's funny in this world. You'll get opposing views, different views. Who do you believe? What do you believe? I read and then I listen to my own heart. That's what I do. Referred to as, now this is interesting. There's a picture here. Now, I don't, because if this is a good religious thing, I don't want to tarnish it. I don't want to do that with anybody's religion. That's just, that to me, on my own, that's immoral in my mind. That's not my character. So I'm not willing to do that. But it's neat. It has a symbol on it, but it has the alphabet. Looks like a spin wheel. It says, as the magnetic experiment, it details how to accurately use lodestone and needles in order to communicate through great distances. It is believed that if the 2 needles were rubbed against the exact lodestone, the needles would eventually become entangled beyond space with each other. Consequently, if one needle moves, so would the other needle. Well, that's cool. Furthermore, if one places the needles in the center of a circle of letters and images, two persons can communicate across great distances by spelling out words. Okay. Then it has a picture of the text of different symbols. Huh. Huh. I like the comments at the end. And it's not a very long article. But it says comments. Shifter says, there are a lot of ancient books that tell us we have superpowers or psychic abilities. Even in the Bible is written that we as human, that we are gods. Well, if we're made in the image of, how did this stream become a religious stream? Anyway, I thought this was cool. I was looking for pictures of a book, and it's got a photoshopped picture of an ancient-looking book that I'm actually going to use as a reference because it's cool looking. I'm not going to use the Star of David. That's what's on it. But I like everything else about it. I like how it had a design. So, sorry, let me catch up. Let me just do this drawing right here, and then I will catch up in chat. I'm not trying to ignore anyone, I promise. Let's see. All right. There was another version, another line, like that, this, go out like that. I'm not finishing my sentences, am I? I don't think I am. I apologize. My wife gets on my case about that. I'm moving on to the next comment. In my own brain. Well, that's stupid, because you're not in my brain. You don't know what I'm thinking. I need to say it out loud, don't I? Wait, the Lesser Key of Solomon is legendary? Oh, is it? You know about that, Gifted? I'm game if you want to bring that up. Because I think this is way cool. I've never heard of that. I'm a Bible reader, but I've never heard of that. So this is... I'm going to use this as reference. I didn't even notice the actual site. So Gnostica says aura science, crystal science, parapsychology, soul science, spiritual growth, spiritual nutrition. This would be a great resource for fiction writing. Ooh, I'm tabbing this. I'm tabbing it. Bookmark this page. Yes, please. Okay. Seal and key, yes. Okay. Well, get me some references, because I've never heard of that. I'm interested in a lot of things. So today people discredit anything that science cannot prove, even though some of the greatest scientists like Nikola Tesla and Albert Einstein knew there was something more, something beyond the observable and testable reality. Well, I know that. I believe that. I know that. Strictly agnostic, but the Lesser Key of Solomon is used in so many books and stories. Well, that I think that's awesome. And I'm not. And this is not a talk or debate on religion or anything. My focus is very, very simple on all my books and my communications with people. I have my views. Everyone else has their views. I love and respect everyone, and have respect for their views, what their views are. My focus as an individual, when you interact with me through a stream, through the videos, through my books, I would like everyone to know you're not going to come and start, going through my site or going through my books for me to try to convert you to anything but one thing. I won't lie. There's one thing that I'm trying to convert every single human being that reads anything that I do. And if you've read any of my stories, you know what I'm talking about already. And that is, I believe that you are more than you think you are. I don't believe we, as a race of human beings, are awake. I believe that we have so much potential. And I focus on this specifically because I started with my kids, and I've worked with so many youth. Someone asked me the other day, well, why do you have this drive, this intensity for these things? I said, because, you know, I started these stories with my children, for my children, bedtime stories. And by the time 2003, 2004, I decided to take them and put them into comic books so I could share them more. I could only tell so many stories personally, right? But I remember getting some of these comic books out, and I got and I don't know how many times I've told this story, but it's a good point. It's my motivation. When I started selling my comic books, it got to the point where I had readers in 60 different countries. And I got an email one morning. I was so excited. I was feeling so good that so many kids were enjoying these stories. They were enjoying the animated smiley face in my comic books, and they were figuring this stuff out, and they were understanding all these lessons that I was trying to teach the hero, and all these people trying to tell Wendell, go a bit easier on yourself. Realize that life takes practice, for crying out loud. You can do this. How, we don't know, but we're here to help you. I got an email, and if I remember correctly, I think it was a young boy, and he had to be somewhere either between 10 to 12 years old. It was an email that said, thank you for the comic books. And he said, Mr. Buckley, can I ask you a question? He says, do I matter? And all I could think of is, what kind of a life does a child live? What kind of circumstances? What kind of parents, or lack thereof, creates an environment that a child asks whether or not they're worth anything to a stranger? And I just knew at that moment, I knew that I needed to tell these stories till the day I die. And if I get everyone to believe one thing, it's that you matter. Damn it, you matter. And anyone who says that you don't, they're lying. I swear, you pick on a kid and tell a kid that they're not worth anything. I have no Christian thoughts for you. Wow. And I say this because I came from really good parents that have the same issue with people. Everyone called my mother because she loved everybody. Absolutely everybody. Sorry for the tears and the emotions here, but this is important. Especially all the crap that's going on in the world right now. All the rioting and anger. Frickin' grow up. Everybody, you have intrinsic value. Do you get that? Intrinsic value. It means it doesn't matter how smart you are, how good looking you are, how talented you are, where you live, the color of your skin, anything else. You have value because you exist. Period. So, all of you politically charged people, get the flip over yourself. I laugh with my friends, and they say, How long are you going to do this? It's simple. It's very simple. I know I'm not famous. I got that. I don't have a big reach. I got that. But it's growing. And I'm not dead yet. So I look at it this way. As soon as I save everybody, I'm not trying to convert anyone to be American or be Democrat or Republican or anything else. I am trying to convert you to be the very best you, whatever that is. The very best you that you can be. That's what I want to see. There's so much stuff in the world that I don't agree with. Does that really matter when I can look at another human being and say, I think so highly of you. I want you to be happy, safe, and have opportunities just continue to grow. That's all I want. And I want everyone to be kind to one another. That's it. Let's hang out together and be happy. That's what I want. Sorry I've ignored all you guys in chat for so long. And this is the core of who I am and why I do this. Why I go to bed at 11 o'clock at night and get up at 3 o'clock in the morning every frickin' day to write these stories. To share this stuff. Because I worry about everyone. And I've experienced good life. I have 13 children. I have so many grandchildren. And I adore every single one of them. They're amazing. People say, why would you have 13 kids? If you met my children, you would want more too. And Kathy and we're done. And we're old now. We're so happy. So happy. Love my family. I tried to adopt Davina. Ask her. I wanted to adopt Wolfie too, but she has a really neat dad. I'd adopt a lot of people. Sorry. Oh, hello, Wolfie. Sorry. God. I was determined today not to get emotional at all. Sorry. I'll scroll back and answer some questions here. We need to turn off my night bot. This is just like promo hell. I'm sorry, guys, for having the night bot just sending out all that garbage. Let me do this. Let me take off the timers. Edit every 15 minutes. That's okay. We're gonna do every 10 lines. That's what we'll do. Oh. Okay, 15 minutes. Alright, that should do better. And we're back. Let's see. Wiccan. Only art I can do is like this one. Okay, agnostic. Yes, there are a lot of texts about seal and keys of Solomon. The use of these are diverse, depends on the text you read. Some sources state that if you can understand the key, you'll be able to communicate with an archangel. I could believe that. Quick comment from Wolfie. I was wondering who was talking in the background and why you don't pause it, but respectable. This is a question no child should ask. Completely agree. We've had this conversation, haven't we, Divinity? Yeah, we've had that discussion as well. Huh, agitated pineapple. Yep, you met. See, thank you, Wolfie. I love you. You're just fabulous. My parents did that. I stopped asking questions. Stopped asking that question when I was 8. I learned to live on my own. I don't know what to say to that, Davinia. I really don't. I don't know what to say to that. Just, Oh. Thank you, Brian. Laugh out loud. Up next, Jamie's aggressive life advice. Yeah. Oh, that's the most animated. That's probably the most animated I've been in a little while, other than being happy and laughing. So, having Jamie yell at me that I matter is wow. It makes me want to love myself. Good. That I've done a good job. Hey Zilla. Sorry, I gotta blow my nose again. Boy, that just... Oh my. Embarrassing. Anyway. Okay. And here I'm supposed to be drawing something evil. Where are my priorities? Alright. Alright, back to the tomb. Let's see. I want to go back to Pinterest and see if I can find a better book text. Let's see. Go back there. Boom, boom, boom. I had a... Yeah. I had a... moment. I had a moment. Oh. Anyway. Oh my goodness, yeah. I think I want to do an eye. I have eyes are represented in my world a lot. And like the all-seeing eye. But I don't want it to look Egyptian, so I need to do some other modifications to it, but... Alright. Oi. No, it looks like something from a... Well, that looks bad. That looks like something from a steampunk. I don't want that. I need... Let's see. Book symbols. Let's try that. Ancient book symbols. Let's try that. Let's look at that. Ooh. There's one. No? Okay. That loaded. Ooh, yeah. That's pretty cool. Well, that's cool if they put it... Oh my heck! Is that a person torn up? There is a diagram. And it's a drawing. It's not like a photograph. Oh no, that's not what that is. What is that called? It says the anatomy occult. Well, that's... Okay, that's not helping. And then all of a sudden I get all sorts of aliens and werewolves. And, oh wow, all sorts of stuff. Okay. I don't want to go down that road. But it looks like that's kind of... Huh. Oh, but I don't want to... Yeah. No. Boy. Here's the thing. I want to have the effect on people with readers. But I want it to be completely fictional. I don't want to have actual... You know... how do I put it? I don't want to actually have the actual evil stuff on the dang thing. That's not what I'm looking to do. I don't want to do that. Let's see. Oh. Well, that's funny. Guess where I ended up? I gotta put this in here. So I'm looking through, I'm trying to find symbols, and the next thing that I found, Brian Davinia, is the Greater Key of Solomon full book 1914 edition of Old Magic. Not funny. Oh, there we go. Something like, they got the Dark Crystal. That looks awesome, because that's something that can be done. Oh, yeah. Okay, so then what I would do then, let me take this, we'll take the center eye, we're going to make it smaller, like this, because we're going to draw over it. Go like that. Then, I think what we should do, let's do a circle, and maybe we need to do this is all completely on the fly, guys, so I don't know what I'm drawing. I'm just trying to figure out and make something that looks like it should be. I'll tweak some things. Nope, that won't work. Do it like this. And wait, and make for it to become a circle. Like that. Okay. Now, I think this would be good for to do this, this, and this. That's kind of fascinating how. And that's the nice thing about using the blue line too, because I can overlap everything, and when we actually draw from it, we can see through it to manipulate it with our ink. Something like that. We'll mess with this. With these lines. Okay. Then we can have other points and symbols and things here. Okay. So if that's going that direction, we'll go like this. Okay. Symbols that go here and here. So that goes like this to here. And that goes here like that. And this goes around. Interesting. And then this goes up there like that. So then if I take the eraser and we get rid of some of these lines so we can see more of the ones that are connecting. Okay, but let's see. I wonder if we want from here. Haha. I think maybe get rid of this one here. We need to come out more like this. Huh. Rapid Danish, not understanding a word of it. Really? I would like to hear that, actually. All right. Aha. I think we might have some symbols for this book. Where are we at? We're at, oh, we got a half an hour left. We can do the inking, I think. At least a good chunk of it. Alright. So, take out more of these lines. And that's kind of what we're going to have, symbol-wise. I'm liking how this is looking. Okay, but we got to have symbols in there and symbols around the edge. So, and I don't know what those symbols will be. I think this should be changed to this. Okay. I don't know about the borders. We'll get the borders. I think this looks too friendly. That and that looks too friendly. And I think that it gets in the way of the other book design. So, I think we're going to leave it like this. And maybe have teeth in it. I don't know. But I do think we should have something like this, where there is a strap of some kind. So that we have a lock on the book going down. I like the idea of that. And I think it might be good to maybe have something that doesn't quite make sense, but would be intriguing enough for people to wonder why. And it's fun because in Wanted Hero, I have reasons for everything. I do. But it doesn't mean that you're going to know what those reasons are. Okay. Okay. I'm thinking that looks pretty good so far. What do you think? Thumbs up? Thumbs down? What do you think? Thoughts, thoughts, thoughts? Okay. I'm going to take this. We're going to do a new layer. this layer is going to be a technical pen. This is where we're going to have some fun. I'm going to need my glasses for this one. Okay. And here we go. A little bit bigger, a little bit thicker, so that we can draw those little bits. This is my favorite part of artwork. Always my favorite part has been inking. I just love inking. Thinness, the thickness of lines, how you can make just a few short strokes and completely change the way something looks. I love that. Just love it. Never needs to be perfect. You know, it's funny. Someone asked me once, "Well, how did you learn to just kind of let go?" Because I'll make, I guess some people would call them mistakes with drawing. And you know to practice what I really enjoyed to get past living with, like using pencils. I hardly use pencils much anymore. Of course, I do most everything digitally here on Procreate with my iPad, but the way that I got to the point that I really, really like to practice drawing was not with a pencil. The sketching and everything that I did, I always did with a ballpoint pen. And the reason why I would use a pen, I can't remember where I got the idea from. It wasn't mine, but I was told once that if you will practice sketching with a pen, it gets you to be more conscientious of where your lines are, and it gets you over the, always having to rely on a eraser, which I just hated, because then your drawings are just never good enough. You're always, oh, well, I've got an eraser, I'll just, scratch it out and start over. No. That's not what you want to do. Let's see. Is that going to work right? I think that'll work. I'll make that work. So that's one of the things that just drives me a little bit crazy when I watch people streaming on Twitch. And it's not a criticism, it's just a personal preference. Is seeing, you'll see somebody go like this, and then they'll go, oh no, and then they do that, and then they go back and they try to do this, oh no, and they go back and then it's like, oh wait, I've got a perfect line. Okay, now I'll do it. But your artwork's not perfect. Like I was mentioning when we were drawing the clowns, I used to watch or notice the changes that Charles Schulz, when he was drawing Peanuts, through the years, and you could tell some of his artwork, the cartoon, the comic strip, was really, really shaky lines. when drawing Charlie Brown's head and Snoopy, those round shapes, and yet they were just shaky as can be. And I always wondered, why was that? Oh, it's because he was dealing with alcoholism at the time. Well, that makes sense. So that's... I just feel like it's more real. Plus, in my mind, to me, again, just my opinion. I mean, funny thing is can I draw a straight line? Well, yeah, if I just do that and I hold this down, Procreate will give me a straight line. But that's not what I want. What I want is I want a line with some character that also starts and stops in certain places. I can do some layers and some different lines, some different marks, hash marks, you know, and go like that, and I can scuff up the book. That's what I like about comic books. I love drawing cartoons. I love it. Don't call them mistakes, call them happy accidents. There you go. That's why I let somebody hide my eraser when I draw, which leads to vampire guinea pigs. Alrighty. So now I'm going to go like that. We're going to get the line out, and then I will, right after I said I don't do the straight line thing, I'm going to use these as reference marks. Alright. I think that needs to be done a bit better. It needs to be a bit bold. Like so. All right. Now the fun part when we draw this bottom part, we draw the bottom of the book with the pages. I want to use the reference of the old text. I found some pictures of some old books that I really want to use because they show the old weathered pages like sticking out, and you know the edge of paper that's, you know, bent down and worn from being handled and turned, things like that. I want to have that. I want to do the detail on those pages along here. So we're going to work on that one. I'm going to take some time on that one. Okay. Like I said, we're going to use those guidelines. We'll let some of this go, because we'll just use it as an accent. A little bit of detail. Okay. Okay. Then, let's see. The bottom. Make sure I give it its uneven quality. Alright, now we're going to erase this part so we can do the, let's see, we probably need to do, let's get that line over here, use that as a reference after. Okay, alright. There we go. All right. Now, we'll get a little, I'm going to do this on a different layer because I want to be able to manipulate it a little bit better. So we're going to do like this. Which means we will erase a little bit of that. Okay. So. Now I gotta get that little bit of a reference. Actually, I'll do the details of the pages later because that's pretty finite. Let's get around the corners of this book. We've got what? We've got 12 minutes left. Okay. From here, draw that leather strap. Okay. I don't know that I like that. Something wrong with that. I don't know what it is. So I'm gonna leave it for now. But I'm gonna stare at that for a bit because that just doesn't seem. It doesn't seem intimidating. I don't know why. I want it to be intimidating, but I mean, I want people when they look at this, I want them to be fascinated with the book, but at the same time, I'd like it to make them kind of take a step back and go, All right, Contrast. You too, buddy. Have a great day. I'm glad you stopped in. I'm glad school's still going for you. So, make sure you come back. Hey, and go check out WantedHero.com. Go check out the site. See all the artwork that's being drawn, and I think you'd enjoy it. So, thanks for stopping by, bud. It was good to see you. I'm also going to redo this gem. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna put that together. I'll figure out the gems. I'll do that after. So we want to draw the corners. Okay. That, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe I'm going to redo the corners too, because it's seem a bit mellow. And I don't want it mellow, so I'll revamp some of that. But let's do a little bit more on the eye. Oh, by the way, I'm starting something. I am going to start doing readings. I am not going to plan when they are. I know that's horrible of me. Because I'm just going to fit them in to whenever I have time. But I will be doing readings of my books. And I'm going to do them as YouTube videos. So if I do them for streams, there will not be any notifications live. All the notifications will be turned off. And I'm going to do this. What is that set of people? Was it like AMS or ASM or something like that? Something where people are looking to have a quiet, to calm down and to get some sleep, some rest. That's kind of what I'm looking to do, even though I will be reading some pretty intense things. I just think it would be fun. ASMR, is that what it's called? When they make sounds and all that. It's kind of fascinating, I think. I don't know that I can do things to soothe people that they'll want to go to sleep, but I figure that's probably a really good category for me to get into with my videos and my readings. So that is what I intend to do, and I am starting that today. So you'll know because you'll be able to go and find it on YouTube. But I'm going to do readings, yes. Autosensory meridian response is the full name of the effect. It's the tingles down your spine. Oh, I don't think that I'm going to be able to give people that. But I was told that you never know that different people respond to different sounds and different tones. That made sense. I'm just not sure if my voice is going to, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a few, and if it works, great. And if it doesn't, well, then I can just, take off that tag or pull it out of that category. But I thought that might be fun to do that as a category if I'm doing this in the middle of the night or whenever, and put that on Twitch and then go from there. You know what? Being autistic and having some particular wants in terms of voice for the content creators I want, you have a great voice, lots of bass. Yeah, that's what I get told. My kids love having me read every night. Not that I get to them, but yeah, every night. Anyway, it is my goal, and so that's what we're going to do next. And my hope is to do some audiobooks of my books, to read them to everyone, and see if people want to come to my website and to experience my world more. So That's what I'm gonna try. We'll see if it works. Okay. I think that's looking pretty good. I think so. All right. I'm reading to Wolfie in the evenings. We both really like the bonding time. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, bedtime stories. I was thinking, gosh, it'd be fun to maybe read some of the books that I've done for my clients, because they're all children's books. But I want to do this first, and if it goes well, it all depends. I have to have feedback to know. If I don't get any feedback, well, then I'm just gonna go back to doing what I'm doing. But I think there's just ways to keep expanding the reach of these stories. That is my hope. That is my belief, and so that is the way I will go. All right. I think it's looking pretty good. I think. Alright, well, looks like we're about out of time, guys. About out of time for today. But I shall be back. Alright. So that's as far as we got for today. I'm probably going to take a little bit further. I might get it all inked, and then maybe Tuesday next week, maybe we'll color it. Maybe that's what we'll do. Get it all really shined up, and I'll make the few fixes that I'm kind of partial to doing, and then we'll go from there. So anyway, I'm so glad you guys came out to watch the stream. I appreciate it. If you are here on Twitch, make sure that you follow if you're not following. I appreciate that. Come to WantedHero.com. I have stories, lots of stories. And if you like fantasy, if you like adventure, if you need your fiction addiction, come join us. Oh, by the way, announcement. This is good. Over the past week, I commissioned somebody, a professional, to come in and revamp the Wanted Hero Discord server. So now we've got things like games you can play in there. I started last night, dropping in some memes, some blank artwork from Wanted Hero from the comic books that you can create your own memes. And we're all laughing about that. I have places where you can talk about the various books, ask questions. If you happen to be a subscriber to WantedHero.com, you have some unique perks and access to locked channels. It's ready to grow. It's ready to be built. There's 70 of us, so not a whole ton of us there, but that's a good start. And we're ready to grow, and so opening the doors. So if you use Discord and want to come and talk about art, I've also got a section that I'm really excited about, that you can come and share your artwork and your stories, your maps, and I'm hoping we get enough people. I'm hoping that over time we can start some collaborative storytelling. We did it for a while. It was called Pass the Key, and it was fun. We did that for a while, that you start a story, you write a chunk, and then when you come to a spot where you feel good, you use the icon of the key, and then someone else comes up and says, I grabbed the key, and then they take your story and they build from there. You can get as out of whack and crazy as you want, or as complimentary as you want. We've done it where it's gone from fantasy to science fiction to steampunk and back to fantasy to mystery. And I want to do that again because that was a lot of fun, and it involves a lot of people. Oh, well, you can get a hold of me through Discord. Just, Brian, if you want to talk to me about artwork, you can go ahead and just get a hold of me through the Discord. That's probably the best thing. If you are watching this on YouTube, thank you, and I appreciate it. Please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the little notification bell, and you'll know when these videos get uploaded. And I'm looking forward to doing that read to me. If any of you want to see what this will look like, let me show you. Hopefully this will, let's see if it'll cross over with the mic. Well, you can hear the mic, but can't hear the music. So this is really what you're going to see on with the read to me. So I'm looking forward to that. And you guys have a wonderful day. Remember, you are more than you think you are. You really are. So have a great week, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.